Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for a purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. For uses of use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, education, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Now let's start this dang show.
You gonna have any fights this week? Oh man, we gotta have some fights.
Well, we're getting ready here with start this long week for us for Monday night coming up, and we're going to try to take full advantage of it. We need a lot of areas need to improve. We got work to do, and we're going to take advantage of the days that are extra, which is one of them today.
We talked a lot about the short week last week. How much does that longer week give you guys time to work on some things?
No, it does. It does. I thought our guys responded really well and played really hard the other night on Thursday night, and I really liked that we were able to do that because it's a unique situation that you're in, and we got to learn from those times when we get them. But this will help too. This gives you a little bit of break on the legs. We'll get a good full week plus half a day today and a full day tomorrow. So we have nothing to complain about. We have a lot of time to get better.
News that Jackson Powers Johnson might be going to IR. Does that open up an opportunity for Caleb Williams or Caleb Rogers to compete for some playing time?
Yeah, he will go on IR. Then in that it certainly does. We'll see how Dylan Parham does coming back, but we think he's going to make it back, and it does open up opportunities that we're gonna give some guys a shot at it and see how that looks. We've been kind of working the backup spot there for some time now, so that's kind of in line with what's been going on.
What went into the decision to alleviate Tom McMahon, and also with that, what do you think this means for Darius to be able to step up into that role as well?
Yeah, I thought we needed a change, and I love Tom. He's a great dude, and he's done a great job for us. He's a career ball coach, and but I thought we just needed a change. And part of that is that I want to see what Darius does with it and see how he handles it. There's not time to change a bunch of our scheme at this point, but is to emphasize and to focus on things that we think we needed to get better. And so I'm hoping that the voice change will help us in that regard.
What is up, everybody? Where is the music?
Didn't start?
No! There we go. Here we go. See, look at Kay. It's one of those weeks of silence. It's one of those weeks. One of those weeks.
I mean, all I have to say is, you're talking about change and shit. Why don't you fire your fucking son, Pete Carroll? That's the change we need.
And then a big fuck you to YouTube TV, because now I have to go to the bar to watch the game on Monday. I can't see it on Monday.
Well, actually, do you have Disney Plus?
Yes, I do. And that's Monday. I tried using Disney Plus, and I have to pay extra in order to watch football.
Well, actually, because I had to do it this Monday, just go on your ESPN app and then log in, because it's the same thing. Log in with your Disney Plus, and you get to watch it on the ESPN app. It's stupid that we have to go through all these different things. Thank you, Roger Goodell. But, you know, you got to find ways. And I figure out ways, just like I do on this whole YouTube thing that we fight when we fight with YouTube. We got to find ways around the system, and that's what we do. And there you go. Anyone who's over here trying to figure out how to watch the Monday night game, if Disney and YouTube TV, basically it's Disney and Google, don't have that deal done. If you have Disney Plus, you just go log into your ESPN app and you can watch the game. You know, so there you go.
I have a Fire Stick, Jason Dean, but I'd have to update everything.
Hi, Mom. All right, Asylum. Outside of fighting with all these stream apps that we have to have and pay for, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay, I guess. I mean, you know, it sucks that we go Wednesday, now we got to go to Monday for a football game, but, you know, it is what it is. You know, I wish we were doing other things to be able to help our team win. Not necessarily the way we went, but hey, you know what? It's going to make all the difference. We're going to go out there, dominate the Dallas Cowboys, and just destroy them on Monday Night Football, because there's not going to be no index card to screw us up.
Well, you know what? Have it. Can you still hear me?
I can't hear you.
How about now? Okay. There we go. Sometimes, you know, you just got to beat it for it to work. All right.
I swear.
Everything is falling apart. Everything is falling apart, but it's okay because we're here. Asylum, before let's just, because you know what, this show right now feels like the Raiders season. Nothing can go right. So let's just go into everyone's favorite topic, which is the shameless plug. That's old school. Which is the either one it is the CMN.
CMN news.
CMN. Yeah, we're trying to figure out life right now. Let's do CMN.
This is CMN, a cage match news update.
Hello, this is Asylum Burgundy at the Al Davis News Desk for your Cage Match News Update. Happy Veterans Day to the great men and women of the armed forces who sacrifice for our great country. Thank you, and we salute you. Another man I want to salute is Jacoby Myers. Even though his trade request was finally met and he's on a new team, he still has love for us.
And happy birthday. Appreciate that. And shout out to my boys in Vegas, man. It's going to turn around. Y'all boys keep playing hard, bro. I love y'all boys. Miss y'all boys, but...
He also stuck it to the Steelers.
We'll get to that. Steelers insider Mark Cabali says the Steelers offered the Raiders 4th and 6th round picks just like the Jaguars. The Raiders let Myers pick where he wanted to go, and he chose, and then Pony goes in all caps. The Jaguars! Wow!
Yeah, that is a wow.
I don't know if it was 4th and 6th.
I think that one's more
a little bit higher.
I think it's way more of a wow that somebody picks the Jags than picks Sam Darnold and his old OC.
But Mark just told you why he picked Jacksonville, because he thinks he can get the ball there
Plus,
more, and he's going to be a free agent.
To get a big contract.
Exactly.
What do we know about Myers? Very sure-handed and very professional and crisp in his route running. I would think that Aaron Rodgers would love the idea of throwing him the football.
I'm sure, but does Jacoby Myers want to be behind DK Metcalf?
When Brian Thomas is healthy, he's going to be behind him.
Is he?
He should be, because Brian...
Rejection is harsh. Speaking of harsh, there's more fallout from the Raiders-Broncos Thursday night game. Even AI is pissed. Even Grandpa is ready to go Oakland on a brat.
Grandpa, is it 6-7 or 2-7 for the Raiders? Hey Listen, leave Grandpa alone. You know how he is.
Keep it up. You won't be spending the night. Leave me alone. Tomorrow's Veterans Day.
We feel your pain. The Raiders have been feeling the pain too as they place Jackson Powers Johnson on the injured reserve for his ankle. This play right here could be his last for this season. We hope for a speedy recovery. But that didn't stop him from passing out turkeys with his fellow offensive linemen to the community. God bless you, sir. As for Geno Smith, he's most likely to play this week. But hey, do you know what's worse than being Geno Smith? Being called a knockoff version.
Hey, it's Geno over there! Hey, knockoff Geno!
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I would be offended too, because what is lower than Jamarcus Russell? The Raiders will have competition now for Daniel Carlson as they signed another kicker, Greg Joseph. This is not the clip of him, but who cares? Geno is still our quarterback. And if kickers do trigger you, don't overreact or you'll be this guy. Ouch. On a serious note, former NFL Commissioner Paul Tagliabue passed away at the age of 84. The Hall of Famer succeeded Pete Rozelle as commissioner in 1989 and remained in the role until September 2006. And finally, the Raiders play the Cowboys at home on Monday Night Football. Wait, is that an index card? Damn you, that's not funny. Just burn, baby.
Just burn, baby.
Me and Silent Burgundy were on the same page.
If you know, you know. Remember in Oakland, I believe it was not 19. I believe it was 2018. 2018.
Sounds about right.
2018 Monday Night Football. Raiders had a slim chance to go into the playoffs. They were facing the Cowboys at home in the Coliseum, and there was like a fourth in the sliver, and Gene Skeletor and Gene Skeletor.
No, we ran it. No, they ran it. They ran the ball, didn't get it because the index card fit right in between. So obviously they were short, and they still gave them the first down, and that was that.
Because we lost the game.
We were winning the game at that time.
Yes. I know there was a lot of stuff that happened. I think that wasn't that the one where Derek Carr tried to dive and it fumbled into the end zone and became a touchback or something like that, or safety or something.
Some shit like that, yeah.
Yeah, so there was others, but we all go back to the one crazy thing, like it was with the tuck rule, like it was with the immaculate reception, like it was with there's so many. The phantom whistle of the playoff game against
the play the other card too. If they didn't give him the first down, would Derek Carr had to try to go for that TD and do what he did to try to win the game? I mean,
yeah,
you know, or kneeling down at that point of the game, or you know, however, whenever that point happened, you know. The point is, it was the index card game, and that's what it's going to be forever known as.
Gene Skeletor. I know that's not his real name. It's Stella, whatever. Okay, he does a stupid, he does a CBS or whatever. I don't know. I don't care. But you know, it's like he had the foreign object. He went to go use it. He goes, "Oh look, it's folded." You know what? And it was folded too. So it wasn't like
it wasn't just the index card. He folded it in half and then slides it between the pole and the ball. It goes all the way down to the turf and then back up. And then his excuse was, "Oh, we were just confirming what we already knew."
Yeah, and then right after that, they said, Gene, don't do that again. The NFL sent a, you know, it's always after, like, it doesn't matter now. Okay, the plays are already done. Game's already over.
I mean, how does it go? I mean, it should have stopped, you know, in everything if it was a first down. It can't go between the ball and the goddamn post.
Good old Oakland Raider memories we have right there. Yes. Anyways, Asylum, let's I know we're about history, but let's just backpedal. Let's come back to now. What we gotta deal with this mess. That is the Raiders. That is the whatever it is, whether it's the coaching staff, the personnel on the field, the assistant coach, whatever it is, Asylum, we got problems. We got 99 problems, and a quarterback is one. So
Is one, definitely.
Is one. But there's many. I want to play this clip of Adam Butler. Adam Butler, he was asked about his perspective on what's going on. So I think this is a good start to basically, everything. So what it says. So here is here is Adam Butler right here.
Of course, the first half of the season didn't go the way that a lot of these players would want. But to a fan's perspective, it's different for a player, obviously, right? And this is y'all's job. This is your career, right? What's the mentality right now? 2-7, but keeping your head up and continue to march forward.
For me personally, the mentality is the same. Just do my job. It's very frustrating. Sometimes I can't lie, when the other side isn't delivering the way you think that they should deliver. It's sometimes frustrating when we don't deliver how we should deliver, but with everything stated, everybody can see what's going on. We know what's going on. And the only thing we can do is do our job. So I just focus on doing my job and focusing on helping the team win. That's why I try to make big plays and try to make sure that I'm disruptive.
So Adam Butler saying, it's frustrating when the other side, and Asylum, what do you think the other side means?
The other side of the ball?
The other side of the ball. The offense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other side of the ball, when the other side is not doing their fucking job, it makes it frustrating because the defense has struggled in games throughout the season.
Mm-hmm.
But there have been plenty of games that they have kept us in, giving us a chance to win. And it has not worked out so well.
Yeah, and everyone could look at it, and I have these numbers here, right here, of our coordinators. And anyone could look at the numbers and be like, okay, well, we're not fourth year defense coordinator for the Raiders and middle of the pack, and categories: pass defense, rush defense, total overall defense. But when you are put in situations where your offense turns over the ball and gives their offense and my mom texts me and gives their offense an extra possession with maybe like 30 yards to go to the end zone, or 40 yards based, short side of the field. It's kind of hard trying to, you just got off the field, made a great defensive stance, get off the field, 2 plays later, interception. Oh, okay.
They barely had a chance to catch their breath.
Yeah. Got to put the oxygen mask on.
Right.
We didn't get a chance to get water. I just sat down. Come on, man. Got to go back out there and defend 30 yards of field.
I haven't even had a chance to finish my tweet yet.
I haven't had a chance to change my lineup on my FanDuel. No. Allegedly. So, Asylum. I mean, looking at the numbers right here. Okay. Like, what does that say? Because if you look at the offensive side, pass 27th, rush 29th, total 30th, Chip Kelly. And we all had high hopes for Chip Kelly. We all had high hopes. We all felt like this was somebody outside of the other offensive coordinators we had. Maybe we're going to start moving the ball and he's going to know what to do. What happened, Asylum? What happened?
I mean, again, and this is, I don't know if you want to call this devil's advocate. I know we'll be talking about this later. Do we actually know it's a Chip Kelly problem?
And that's what we're trying to figure out. I mean,
we have to find out if it's a Chip Kelly problem. I mean, you got 12 interceptions there. You got a guy who his whole career, and we all know how I feel about Geno, so it's not going to be no tirade. Don't worry, guys. Not going to be one of those shows. But you look at Geno's career, his whole career, he has done nothing but throw behind players because he cannot get timing down. And it don't matter who the receiver is. His whole career has been this way.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, is he smart enough to pick up a Chip Kelly offense? Is he, talented enough to run a Chip Kelly offense? We know his timing is off, except on real quick passes. And then there's times that's still off. So, again, as much as I want to be on that bandwagon and just say shit can Chip Kelly, we have players. We'll say players and quarterbacks on the team that have not had a chance to, to let us know it's a Chip Kelly problem. Because I remember, I had an issue with Geno Smith before the season started when we traded for him. Everyone wanted to talk about 4,000 fucking yards, 4,000 yards, 4,000 yards. Well, we know it's garbage time yards. We're seeing it now. And I circled the problem.
It's called practice yards, King. It's called practice, King.
Yeah, according to our head coach, so, I mean, it's just one of those, and again, we have a thing. We just haven't been able to get it up, to compare. And I'm not even saying to put, that O'Connell is the answer to the aspect of going. We know O'Connell could run multiple different schemes because he's done it in his short career. He's picked them up and, he's had ups and downs, we'll say, in different schemes. We have a young kid, Cam Miller, that our minority owner was high on. Apparently had input on this pick. So we have youth on the team, that might be more of a fit in a Chip Kelly. I'm just not at the point yet. Trust me, I'm on that line. I'm at the cliff. I'm looking down saying, wow, that's a big ass drop. I'm right there. But, we have a way to, confirm it, to see, process of elimination here. Let's see if Chip Kelly and this offense is a problem. You've talked about if Chip Kelly's sabotaging. I don't think he's sabotaging, but is Chip Kelly doing things that are not, I don't know what strengths Geno has, but to Geno's strengths, right? Is he calling plays at a different, all this? But again, you alluded, Geno's probably not the quarterback Chip Kelly wanted.
And I mean, it could be what you had said before. I think it's on the show. I know you said it to me, and then it happened. Everyone else noticed it. That maybe he just can't see. Maybe I think you said on the show.
I said on the show because we talked about the whole glasses thing, and then somebody else made a meme about it.
You compared it to Charlie Sheen in the first Major League, where he had the arm, he had the velocity, he just didn't have the accuracy. And so why is that? And so they realized, he couldn't see. And you say, well, what does he have what is the one thing he has on the podium that he doesn't have in the game? And I was like, I don't know, excuses. He said, no, his glasses. On the podium, he has glasses. At the game, he doesn't. So what if it's that he can't see? And maybe that's why he goes for the white jersey, because that's the brightest thing he sees. And then, I forgot, we're home. That's not my guy. 11 interceptions later. Which, you know what? I think it's funny. I don't have the total for him, but Geno Smith and Tua Tagovailoa in Miami. I feel like this is like in was it 98, the home run record, where they're both trying to see who can have the most interceptions, because Gino will top him, and then he'll go for, and then Tua will go for 2, then Gino will come back for another one, and then Tua will go for 1, then it's tied, then Gino go for 1.
The whole my beard situation.
We're looking at history, guys. Okay, we got to appreciate. We're never going to see this again, hopefully. Anyways, but let's go back. Okay, we talk about.
Sorry, movie reference. If you know, you know.
Spytek and Pete Carroll. Now, Spytek was hired first, and soon after that, Pete Carroll was hired after. Now, it seemed like Pete Carroll wasn't the main guy. He wasn't the guy that we were going for. It was Ben Johnson, they try to say. And then when Ben Johnson went to the Bears, it was, no, I didn't want Ben Johnson. Tom Brady said that. So let's just kind of look at everything, okay? Let's look at all the new head coaches, like head coaches that are in new spots. So Mike Vrabel, another candidate, 8-2, first in the AFC West. AFC East. Ben Johnson was number 2 in our list. Let me start over. Ben Johnson was number 2 on the wish list for the Raiders. He is 6-3 for the Bears, 3rd in the NFC North, and they're starting to kind of get their stride. Caleb Williams is starting to get his stride in the last couple games. You have Brian Schottenheimer, who took over for I'm forgetting his name. He came from the Packers. He's not coaching right now.
Because that's who's coaching now. I know who you're talking about. I can't remember it either.
Yeah, but he was kind of he was kind of like
McCarthy.
McCarthy. He Brian Schottenheimer, son of Marty Schottenheimer, which we all remember from the Chiefs. And if you go back in time from the Browns, 1980 Raiders when they beat them on Huspa. But Brian Schottenheimer, he takes over for the Cowboys. No one knew, that wasn't the option, and they just elevated him. He was the 20 Owls. What is up? 2050 Owls. What is up? Or 25. I can't read these.
25 Owls.
Maybe I need glasses, Geno Smith. And then you had Brian Schottenheimer. He was the offensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. They elevated him when they got rid of McCarthy. But he was at the last hire. Well, yeah, he was like the second to last hire. New Orleans was the last hire. Then they got Pete Carroll, 2-7. Oh, sorry, Brian Schottenheimer, 3-5-1. But they're second in the NFC East, which tells you how bad the NFC East is. You got a losing record with the one tie, and you could be second. You could be there going to the playoffs.
Hey, remember, and then the Seahawks who made the playoffs with the losing record.
Yes.
And who was the head coach at that time?
I don't think that was Pete Carroll, or was that
Pete Carroll, or it was right before Pete Carroll.
Right before Pete Carroll was the Otter, not Andy Reid, but the guy before he was the Green Bay. The Walrus, yeah. Well, the one, he was Green Bay's head coach, and he came over to the Seahawks, and then he retired on an 8-8 season and got to the playoffs that time too. I'm right now. I can't remember things right now. Okay, a lot of stuff is going on this week.
It's okay. Moving on,
and then you got Pete Carroll, 2-7, AFC West, 4th AFC West. We wasn't expecting 2-7, maybe like 5-4, 4-5. Hopefully, whatever. Maybe some of it was, bad special teams play, and we'll get into that. But for the most part, it was bad quarterback play, and we'll get into that list too. And of course, Aaron Glenn, 2-7, they won 2 in a row. They're 4th in the AFC East, and then the New Orleans Saints, Kellen Moore, which is 2-8, 4th in the NFC South. They're on their second quarterback. Kellen Moore coming from the Eagles after the Super Bowl win in February. But there was also a list of quarterbacks that we had, a wish list. Okay. Now this is in the This is in the order of their record. So this is basically a standings. Okay. Daniel Jones, that no one really thought of whatever. I think got let go by the Giants in midseason. They let him go. Goes to the Vikings for on the practice squad, and then he ends up signing with the Colts. Beats Richardson 8-2, and their offense goes. Okay, their offense goes. Sam Darnold, and this is where it kind of gets irritating inside. I'm not saying that I was on board for Sam Darnold. You wasn't really on board for Sam Darnold because it's like you had one season. How do we know you're going to come over? Because you've seen it many times. Quarterback had one good season, and then he goes to the team, gets that high pay, and then he's garbage. Just ask the Chiefs before they got Mahomes. They had Matt Castle. Had that great season with the Patriots when he took over for Tom Brady. Goes to go over there, garbage. Same thing with after him, Alex Smith. Well, Alex Smith is so. They traded for him.
Smith was
so. So that was a bad example. But Matt Castle, and then you had Asswater from Denver, goes over to the Texans. Garbage. So Sam Darnold. The Seahawks right now look like they're pretty smart with this whole thing. They got rid of Geno Smith. They didn't have to overpay him. They got a third rounder out of it. Then they went and signed Sam Darnold for less. And look what they're doing.
Why though? With the whole Seahawk thing, they got a real GM.
Yes, but he did work with Pete Carroll.
Yeah,
but maybe he knows.
Carroll, but you notice. When they took the coaching duties away from Pete Carroll, he was never above the GM. His duties in the office, he was still working for the GM. They never took away the GM duty, or even up there. And that GM has been working towards, where the Seahawks are currently at.
Yeah. And you got Justin Fields 2-8. They were going to bench him. Cam Ward was drafted 1-8. Their head coach got fired, Brian Callahan. And then Russell Wilson, he was supposed to start. Well, he did start. Then he got benched with Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart has concussion protocol. Brian Daboll got fired. Possible offense coordinator. Let's go. And instead of doing Russell Wilson back on the starting lineup, they're going to have Jameis Winston. And then, of course, Joe Flacco was a starter for the Browns.
And that tells you about Russell Wilson. I know there was people who wanted Russell Wilson. What's that telling you about Russell Wilson? His career is over.
His career is
It's been over.
So it all starts with the quarterback. And I want to play this clip, Asylum. This is Colin Cowherd talking about.
There's a bunch of ways to probably say it.
The herd. Okay. The herd. Here's what he's talking about. Geno Smith.
Colin Cowherd.
Pursue Geno Smith.
Cowherd.
The Raiders gave up a third-round pick and paid him $66 million guaranteed. The Seahawks got Sam Darnold for no picks. He was a free agent and only pay him $55 million guaranteed. Seattle's John Snyder, really smart, really good personnel guy. The Raiders, they overpaid, over-pursued Geno Smith, who once again leads the NFL in picks. I mean, he can't figure out basic pass protection. It's bad. And right now, he's arguably the worst quarterback in the league. The last 2 years, Geno Smith has 7 more interceptions than the next highest interception quarterback. So it's one thing to settle at quarterback. You should never settle at quarterback. It's another to pursue the wrong one. And I understand sometimes you draft a quarterback and you don't really know how it's going to pan out because it's college football to pro. Geno has been in the league as long as I've been at Fox. You got a lot of tape on me. You got a lot of tape on Geno. You got to know after all these years in the league what a guy is and what a guy isn't. The smart GMs are not pursuing, surrendering a third-round pick. The Raiders could have had Darnold. Nobody in the world thinks Geno's better than Darnold. So, I mean, and the other thing is Brock Bowers, as far as I can tell, I don't have the game film, is open on every play. How does he have one reception? I don't even understand it. So Pete Carroll had a full year away from football to modernize, to reflect, to look in the mirror, to take stock, to evaluate everything. And he went back to Geno Smith. That ain't good. I mean, that's old school Geno Smith. 27 picks in the last 2 years, 7 more than the next guy. So the Raiders have earned 4th place. In the modern NFL, if you are tone deaf to quarterback, you're tone deaf to winning. And again, it's not like Geno didn't have a resume. You didn't need to go to West Virginia sophomore year to look at film. You could have gone to last year. And Pete had a year off to reflect. I offensively, I don't even know what the Raiders are. Yeah, you never want to settle at quarterback. A lot of these defensive coaches, they're like, Sam Howell, Mitch Trubisky. It's another to pursue $66 million guaranteed and a 3rd-round pick to pursue Geno, who's been in the league forever and is a turnover machine. So you earned your spot in 4th place. Denver's a different story. Bo Nix was young. It's college, good rookie year. You think he's going to grow. Something's happened. He looks nervous. That's a different feel. You do feel like, how do they right the ship? It was so ascending last year. Raiders are just, why? How?
And he's not wrong.
He brought up, you could have got Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's proving my point, though. Sam Darnold is a system quarterback. I know he did well in Minnesota, and now he's going to Seattle and playing well. But those systems are similar, and that's why it's going. Sam Darnold definitely would not fit in a Chip Kelly offense. Okay?
That makes sense, yeah.
Sam Darnold is a system quarterback. He needs the right system, and it's proving it's going to work. You know, I agree with everything else he said in there, though. You pursued him. You did all this. And again, I mean, it's been clear, you know, since the offseason how I felt and how I thought Geno Smith was a mistake.
Yeah, and me, I was trying to be positive, and I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna keep eating my crow, you know, tapatio, like I said, because I was like hoping maybe, please, I don't know, he could be like the same path like Rich Gannon did. Maybe it's, you know, and I tricked myself, and I'm gonna say I was wrong because I was hoping. It's not like we can go and vote what quarterback do we want. Raider Nation, your vote matters. Who do you want as your quarterback? Well, let's see the candidates right here. I feel like I sound like Cohen right now. Let's see the candidates right now. What, huh?
I said maybe they should try that.
I know. Let's see. We got Daniel Jones, who was independent. Sam Darnold is on Wood Party. Aaron Rodgers, you know, you could have had the old man coming, you know, but it's not like that. We have to roll with what they throw out there. And then we pay for it, whether it's with season tickets, individual tickets, these streaming apps that we talked about when we started the show, you know, of course, the whole ESPN thing, you know, whatever. But we got to live with it, and we got to pay for it. So it's not like we get to vote. We just try to sit here and try to see what the coach is seeing and try to make it make sense.
I'm not saying I did in 25 hours.
And
I'm not trying to backtrack on what I said or anything else like that. With nothing on paper, or with only paper, and the way we had played, and with the coaching we were supposed to have, you know, I said what I said. We went through the schedule, and based off of how teams did last year and what we had on paper and everything else, I gave my wins where I gave my wins. I'm not backtracking on that. I did say it. 100%.
I said 11 wins. What is this guy drinking? What is this guy smoking? What is this guy snorting?
That's you know, I mean, that's what happens. There's also you know, people who had the Giants, the Bears, fucking the Colts with a lot less wins than they have right now.
Yeah, and they know that.
I mean, it is what it is. We are where we are. The way things are going. I mean, I'm not trying to backtrack. I ain't doing nothing like that. I said what I said. In that aspect. And
51-50 diagnosis. But see, 20 hours, 25 hours, you understand that this is what we are, Raider fans. I wouldn't say we're clinically insane. Okay. We're not going to jump ship. So there's no this is what it is. All right, guys, our new quarterback this week, this year is going to be I'm trying to think of the worst quarterback outside of Jamarcus Russell because he's already retired. Ryan Leaf.
I thought we were just talking about worst quarterbacks. I didn't know it was somebody playing because you know what? We got the worst quarterback currently in the NFL.
He's gonna work for us because trust me. No. Watch, okay. Let me. No. There was a guy when my old job when I used to work in the warehouse. We knew there was this guy that would come. He'll come to work. So me and my buddy, we're talking about whatever. Then he comes over here, and Drew Brees off the couch. I'll take him even with the bum shoulder. But
he can help Gino. I'll say that.
So there was this guy. He'll come and he start talking to us. Hey guys, let me tell you, man, I went to the club the other night, and man, you can't I can't. There's a certain type of girls I can't date because I went to go take her home, and then I found out that it was a man, and then we're looking at him like, but wait, how did it get that far to where you realize it was a man? And he'd be like, no, peep game. And so every time we heard the phrase peep game, now he's trying to over-explain why, no, you don't understand why I messed up. There was another story he said, he goes, oh yeah, me and my girlfriend, she wanted to watch this movie. And about 30 minutes in, I realized, wait, we're watching Brokeback Mountain. And we're like, okay, wait. I get in a movie, they open the scene, whatever. And then as the credits are going as the scene, then you would see the title of the movie. In the first 3 minutes of the movie, 4 minutes of the movie, then you realize, oh, wait, what are you trying to make me watch? It took you 30 minutes to realize that this was Brokeback Mountain? No. Peep game. No, peep game. No peep game. Okay? It's okay to say that you're whatever. We don't judge, okay? It is what it is, but don't tell the story and then have us follow the story, and then you turn around and be like, no, because we called you out on it. This is Pete Carroll with Geno Smith. No, peep game. I know Geno. He just has to work out the kinks, I know Geno. Just, let me fix it. No, I got you. No. Pete Carroll, it's okay to admit you're wrong. You're wrong with your quarterback. You're wrong with your offensive line coach.
Pete Carroll did.
Yeah, and I'm gonna find that clip too so we can show it. That you called it when they signed him officially. They got that done. They got that done situated. And you said on that show that we did when they got him, you said, I mean, yeah, it's cool. I just worry about the turnovers, the interceptions, because look what he did last year. So that's the only thing I'm gonna worry about. And then the turnovers came. I just think that first game against the Patriots, Geno Smith he was playing loose. He was just throwing the ball, and he got it into this crazy, he found the crazy small windows. And
with a shit ton of throws, zipping it into tight coverages, and whatever it was that you got to look at the Patriots and the way they've been playing, and you can't tell me we didn't get lucky that game.
Yeah, but he got exposed the next game.
He got confidence. We'll say that he got confidence from the throws he was making, and he's still trying to make those fucking throws.
Yeah.
He's staring down receivers. I mean, I don't want to beat on him anymore. I mean, I've done enough of it. Everyone knows how I feel. But what was it? We showed something last goddamn week that even said he's staring down his receiver. Oh, by the way, guess what? He's staring down his receiver. And then he throws behind the receiver. Even that interception to JT on Thursday, look at where the ball was. It was not center of the chest or leading him. It was still the back shoulder.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, if you want to talk about Geno, I'll let you do it. I'm done.
No. That's all I wanted to say when it comes to Pete Carroll talking about, but other folks think otherwise. I have Mike Florio talking about Chip Kelly. Now this one is more where he believes that Chip Kelly was a Brady guy, but him and his guest, which I forgot who his name was, they kind of talk about Chip Kelly's history, his short little stint he had with the NFL, the Eagles, and then to the Niners, whatever. So here's this clip right here, Mike Florio on his show talking about Chip Kelly.
I just wonder how the coaching staff will change after this season. And there's been some talk, and I don't know what's accurate or not. Tom Brady's not going to text me and tell me, and I don't have the keys to the inner sanctum, but if Chip Kelly is a Brady guy, and I don't know. I don't know how this all plays out after the season, but Pete Carroll was one and done 31 years ago with the Jets. And we see one and done. Like when one and done happens, we're like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And then I pull up our story with all the one and dones from the past 10 years. It's like, hell, it happens a lot. I just don't know where this is going for the Raiders. And I wonder what Tom Brady thinks, because I know this. Mark Davis, and for a guy who on the surface looks like he has very little self-awareness, he has extreme self-awareness as it relates to football. He knows he doesn't know a damn thing about it. He knows he needs someone to tell him what he should do. And I think Tom Brady's going to be the guy who goes and says to Mark Davis, we need this, we need that, we need this, we need that. And one of the things that Brady may say is, hey, we tried it with Pete. We need someone else. And I'm not advocating. I'm just trying to read tea leaves here.
Yeah, I would say I think you're going down the right path. I would be surprised if Pete goes the one and done route with the Raiders, but I would not be surprised if Chip Kelly is a one and done with the Raiders. Did it strike you as odd last week? I mean, and you hear a lot of comments before games. Everybody praises one another. They all praise each other before the game. That's just what happens in the NFL. But did it strike you as odd when Pete Carroll not only praised Jacksonville and Liam Cohen, he said he comes from the coaching tree that I respect the most. And he talked about Sean McVay and LaFleur and all these guys. Well, Chip Kelly does not come from that coaching tree. And so I thought it was interesting that he would talk about this, not only this opposing coach, but the coaching tree that he's from as his offense is struggling. Now, they didn't struggle last week. They did a good job most of the game. You know, Brock Bowers had 3 touchdowns. They had some really explosive plays offensively. But the week before, they got shut out by Kansas City. So I wonder if Pete is looking at it and thinking, Tom Brady, in your travels, Tom, as a Fox analyst, have you tampered with any up and coming?
Oh, no. Yeah, that's an excellent observation. I hadn't thought of that Pete Carroll may have been taking a little bit of a passive-aggressive swipe at Chip Kelly, but it underscores my point that I feel like it's not sustainable between the two of them. And frankly, between the two, all due respect to Chip Kelly, I'm keeping Pete Carroll. I'm keeping Pete
yeah,
Carroll.
of course.
Because Pete Carroll has accomplished things in the NFL. Chip Kelly has accomplished nothing. Yeah, he took the Eagles to the playoffs that first year, but this revolutionary offense that he brought from Oregon didn't do jack diddly squat. And one of the big themes in the aftermath of his time with the Eagles was, and Jeffrey Lurie explained after he fired Chip Kelly, we're prioritizing emotional intelligence in our coaching process, which is basically saying Chip Kelly doesn't have any. And then he goes to San Francisco for a year. He's one of the coaches that was one and done. They went from, after they fired Harbaugh, who was 4 and done, to Jim Tomsula 1 and done, Chip Kelly 1 and done. That's when Jed York made it clear to everyone you can't fire the owner.
Hold on, I want to pause.
Oh, no, you can fire the owner. Just ask the Redskins.
Well, you got to do some.
I want to go.
You got to do some stuff. You got to do some stuff.
Huh?
Well, I know. I said you got to do some stuff to get yourself fired as an owner. You know, like Snyder. No, I was going to say first. Going off what they said, Chip Kelly as a head coach coming in Eagles and then the Niners, that you would think, okay, well, let's just bring him in as offense coordinator. You're only going to deal with your offense, and that's it. We were like, okay, we can accept that. That failed for us too. I don't know what we're doing. Anyway, I just wanted to point that out, and there was other things, but I'm going to let you go. So what were we going to say?
Oh, I just wanted to comment on 25 Owls or 2050. We got to get your name figured out. We'll just call you 20. We're going to call you 20 right now.
20.
20's comment about getting rid of Gino and Pete. First of all, we are not getting rid of Pete.
No, it says Chip Kelly. Wait, did it say Gino and Pete? Okay, I'm sorry. I thought I saw Chip Kelly. No, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Guarantee you that, and there's 2 reasons for that. First of all, you need the continuity. We've talked about it on this show plenty of times. Yes, hindsight, should we have kept AP? We said keep AP. We wanted the, or at least I did, because I wanted the continuity.
I did too.
Okay.
All of them.
Okay, we said keep AP for the continuity. We're tired of the one and done with coaches.
Continuity.
You know, I mean, we do. We need the continuity. It is. Second of all, I just don't see no way in hell that Mark Davis, let alone we'll put a majority of owners. Jerry Jones probably being the only one, because he kind of is in that Al Davis later years situation, who would actually do it. The majority of owners are going to keep him because you got to see what's going on. Gino, I agree. Gino's got to go.
Yeah.
Take the hit, take the loss, deal with all that, you know. But the problem with that is, and it's going to come up, is Pete. Pete brought Gino in. Pete keeps starting Gino. Pete finally benched Gino when it's always too fucking late. Because Gino is Pete's guy. It's almost like the damn movie, goddammit, what was it? Blindside. He adopted Gino, so he's going to do everything he can. And this was the exact worry, but this is the exact worry I had with everybody who was wanting Shador as coach. I mean, Sanders as coach and Shador as the QB. What happens if he was not playing well? If he wasn't, he needed to be pulled. Would he pull him? Pete is proving my point. We're going to keep Pete. I don't see that happening. And we need to keep Pete because we need the continuity. We have to.
Yeah, I was trying to find the Al Davis one. I can't find the Mark Davis one of the head coaches that we've had under Mark Davis. And you see that for the last, you had Jack Del Rio 1 year after he went to the playoffs. They dropped, and that was bad decisions on Jack Del Rio with his coordinators. John Gruden comes available. You get John Gruden. He slowly builds his team up. We're like, now it's like, okay, the pieces are coming together in year 4. 4 games in, 5 games in, he has to resign. So now we got McDaniels, was it a year and a half? Then AP interim for that other half, and then he became head coach, fired. And now we got Pete Carroll, who's starting off slow. And it's like, do you fire him again and tell the players, all right, we're going to go another new direction. We're going to hire so-and-so from, I don't know.
What have we talked about every time you change a head coach? What do you have to do?
Well, you got to clean house.
Exactly. You end up with players on the team that coach don't want or doesn't fit their scheme. You got to turn around and put together what best team you can right now, right, with the players you got. And then next year, you're going to cut a bunch of those because you're going to get new players in, and it's just going to keep going. And you keep doing that, you will never be able to build a foundation because you don't have the continuity. It's got to come down. We know the minute Pete Carroll was signed and we found out his contract, 3 years with a team option for the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Pete Carroll was supposed to do in those 3 to 4 years what Gruden did and finally turned the team around. And like you said, took Gruden 4 years before he put together a hell of a team. Because guess what? That team went to the playoffs under an interim head coach.
Yeah, they started off 3-0. They're going for the 4th win. I know this was a 4-0 with the overtime win against the Ravens, overtime win against the Dolphins. They were learning how to win. Can you imagine what year 5 could have been? But that's what we do.
Year 6, year 7. He had a 10-year contract, remember?
Yes, and it's just like, okay, but whatever. Let me finish this because the rest, there's a key point to some of this. So the videos I'm playing. So
there, but Chip Kelly has done nothing to prove that he's got NFL chops. I was surprised they hired him. And again, was it a Brady hire? Was it a Brady recommendation? I don't know. But I feel like when this season ends, one of those two guys is going to be gone between Carroll and Kelly. And my guess is it is going to be Kelly.
Yeah, I think so, Mike. And you point out Chip Kelly's arc, his story arc in the NFL. And I don't know if people remember how crazy it got in Philadelphia. It got to the point where Chip Kelly, do you remember who Chip Kelly got into a power struggle with and won temporarily?
Sabotage.
He sent Howie Roseman out of the building.
Howie Roseman, right.
He was out of the building.
Right. So he tries to, he wanted to take over. He wanted to take over personnel. Now you think about that now and you look at it and say, what? Chip Kelly over Howie Roseman? No, you take Howie Roseman 100 times out of 100 and you see what he has built and the vision that he has. I mean, he's so far ahead of the game, Roseman is. And so Kelly went from a point where he was winning a power struggle in Philadelphia to being really an afterthought in San Francisco, going back to college, and now coming back to the pros as an OC. I know the Raiders are limited, but they're not so limited that they should have performances like this over a 3 or 4 game stretch. Yeah, the Jacksonville game was great, but a shutout against Kansas City and 7 points last night when you got a healthy Brock Bowers back with you, you should be able to muster a little bit more than his offense has mustered this year. They look like they don't have a clue, Mike.
They look like they don't have a clue. Asylum.
I can't argue that. But yet again, I'll say this again. You want your verification for firing not Pete Carroll, Chip Kelly? Again, let's make some changes and prove, right? I'm using air quotes. I know my camera's fucking up. I'm using air quotes here. Let's prove that it's Chip Kelly that's the problem.
I have another story. See, my girlfriend's dad has a TV, old TV. He burnt it out, so I try to say, I can fix it because getting a part for like $50 is cheaper than getting a whole new TV. So I said, okay, I can fix it. So me and ChatGPT, we come together. So we're gonna figure this out. So it said, hey, you need to change the power supply board, and that should make it work where the TV will turn on and that'll work. Okay, pull that out, put the new one in, and the TV came on, and it was working for about a half hour and it shut off. Let it cool off, turn on again. Then it was working. I tried to move the settings, make the brighter, lower, all that, whatever. And it worked. And then it shut off. So I said, okay, chat, what's going on? And it said, well, if that works, then maybe it's one of the other boards. So you got to replace that and then see if it works. So I buy it apart. I got to wait for it to come in. Go in, try to switch that board out. I think it was like the backlight something board, whatever. And now it's not working at all. It's not working at all. Put the old one back in and see, maybe I did something wrong. Put the old one back in. It's not working at all. Chat, what's going on? Okay, you know what it is? One of the sensors, but one of the fuses or whatever might be going out, and that's a harder job to do. So you know what? The TV is no good. And I'm like, oh, I just wasted $50 on this and $70 on that just because I don't want to pay for a new TV. We can replace the TV with an older TV, but still, it doesn't matter. The point is that we didn't know what was wrong until we started switching out main parts for the TV to work. The TV is the offense. The power board was, I guess, the quarterback, and then everything else was whatever, okay? So we realized that it's not working. It's the TV itself. We got to throw it out. So we don't know that until we go through the procedures. Like you said, Asylum, pull out the quarterback and see what works from there on out. Put somebody else in. Now, if he's struggling, another guy's struggling, then we know it's the main component, which is the offensive coordinator. But we don't know that until we pull out Gino.
Until we try. And I want to comment on, I'm changing, I'm not doing 20, I'm going to go with Al's because it's easier and better. But Al's comment there about saying, don't want to win a game again. Funny you say that when I'm all for winning games and fuck the draft position. But how many times, and I guarantee after Monday, you're going to hear it again because the rumblings have already started. There are plenty of people, Raiders fans out there, who are saying lose out to get the better draft position so we can get that quarterback. So, I mean, first of all, that's not the way I play the game. I'm all about winning. Draft pick be damn. I don't care if we pick 16 because we win out from here. I really don't care about that.
You're a Herm Edwards.
Everybody else wants the draft pick because they want that quarterback, or maybe it's another player and going. It's the same.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for winning. I really am. But again, with what we just said and Savage was just saying, and going, it's one of those, you have to see what you got. You're talking about 2 more rebuilds. How do you know what to rebuild and what positions you have to rebuild if you don't see what you got?
Yeah.
Maybe you have the quarterback on the team. You got 2 young guys right now. Maybe one of them has the potential of being the franchise quarterback. Again, the offensive line. Maybe Brandon Carroll is our problem. Maybe Chip Kelly is the problem with that because he's kind of in charge of that too. Maybe Pete's the problem with that because he sure the hell didn't fix nothing on the offensive line. Or maybe our GM, who has not done a goddamn thing to bring in players. And by the way, we just put JPJ on the IR, and what the fuck do we do? Let's go sign another defensive player because we're perfectly fucking fine on the offensive line.
It sounds like, remember Billy Bean with the A's? You keep trading away our home run hitters for pitching prospects.
Yep.
And we're like, well, is that pitcher going to go out there and hit over 300 batting average and X amount of home runs and X amount of base hits in an American League where they don't bat at all? Where they don't bat at all. And look at right here. I want to put this up. Okay, you feel like that because, and I'm not gonna. Hey, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. The only quarterback that we succeeded with as a draft pick, Ken Stabler, in the long run. And then we had Derek Carr, who everyone it's 50-50 on that one.
So you can say two because you got to admit Carr stabilized that position for a long time. We just didn't build around Carr.
I believe this now prior.
But I mean, I won't disagree with that either about the whole fact of, when it comes to drafting.
Diddly poo.
Huh?
Diddly poo.
Oh, diddly poo, yeah. When it comes about drafting the quarterback, but doesn't mean you can't go out and get somebody. I mean, we've seen teams. I mean, look at the fucking Ravens, notorious for winning a Super Bowl with a subpar quarterback because they built around him and he was able to make enough plays on offense and their defense handle business.
Yeah.
It just goes. We have rookies that we could try. Offensive line. We have rookies drafted high. But because our head coach has this thing against starting rookies, we haven't even seen what we got. Season is done. Okay? Season is done for the Raiders.
Yeah.
Okay? Plain and simple. I mean, we don't have the talent. We don't know if we have the talent to go out there and make a run and win out from this point and make it even, a chance at trying to make it. Count the season done. It is time to start seeing what we have with coaching. We did it with special teams, right? Pete said it in the interview, after the intro interview. We want to see what this guy could do with the special teams. Pete's own words. I'll use it against him. He wants to see what we can do. Let's do it with players. And let's do it with other coaches. I'm sorry, but his son is probably the worst offensive line coach we've ever had.
In the last 10 years, because in 20 years ago, Art Shell 2.0 with Jackie Slater, and I can't remember who the other guy was. There was two Hall of Fame offensive line play, who played. Art Shell was the head coach, Jackie Slater, and then there was another one. I can't remember who he was, but there was three when they played, because he wasn't in the Hall of Fame yet, but there was three offensive linemen who done it, won championships. Jackie Slater didn't win a championship, but Art Shell did. And great offensive lineman, and we have the worst offensive line with Aaron Brooks, and Tom Walsh, the bread and breakfast guy
is better than what we could agree to disagree on that one. I think this is the worst fucking coach we've ever had, and it's all because of nepotism, and it's all because it's his son, and that's why I guarantee for the next 4 years, your offensive line coach is going to be Brendan Carroll.
Well, let's since you brought it up, because with all the things that we see that's wrong, and I know they say special teams has been not the greatest since Tom McMahon has been here since 2022, 2023, 2022, one of the years under McDaniels. So he said they made a change. So our offense is bad, quarterback's bad, offensive line is bad, but we got rid of the special teams coach, scapegoat. Here's what he had to say about that, because I asked him about that. Here's what he got to say.
Staff change in your career a lot mid-season. What are your expectations, I guess, of what kind of jump that could give, not just special teams, but the whole group?
Yeah, well, knowing Tom and Darius as I do, those guys they'll speak a lot of the same language, but it'll be a change for us, kind of in personality that I'm hoping will help us and make a difference, and I'm hoping it also motivates our players too, that they realize that we need to do better. We need to avoid the big errors that have happened to us in the kicking game that have cost us potential wins, and that they'll rally behind this move, and that doesn't mean that they don't love Tom. They do, and so we'll see how this goes. You're right about that. Yeah. There haven't been very many changes, but this is one of them.
Where's Carlson's head right now?
Well, he's trying to get right. He wants to do right by his team, and he wants to get clear. And he's well versed on the mentality of how you do that, the preparation and the practice to get your mind clear so that you can perform like you're capable. And when they stack up on you after some time, you have to deal with it directly. So we're addressing that right now.
Obviously, a lot of errors on special teams, but you did have 2 punts inside the 2-yard line last game. What does that do for your team?
Yeah, the kicking game was really good in some aspects of it. We covered like crazy, had some big hits and setbacks, field position changes. AJ's game was almost perfect. A beautiful game. And under those conditions with the weather, you saw how it affected their punter. He came through in a magnificent way, which set up the opportunities for the defense to really take advantage of it, and they did. So we were really fitting together in real positive ways. Missing a kick and getting a punt block, they can make a difference in the game. And look how close this game was. That's how it was. I think they scored after the punt block, and we missed our 3 points there. So huge factors, and hopefully we can get rid of those.
I just want to say, I see Ed's comments and AC Al's comments in. We appreciate all the nice things you guys are saying in the chat because we try. And, it's a very competitive field out there in the YouTube world. And you guys come and watch. We appreciate it. And, our opinions, if you talk mess about the Raiders, we talk mess about the Raiders. It's like, what's going on in the last 20 plus years? So, interaction, we love it. And Al's not wrong. Owl is not wrong. I'm going to call him Owl Davis. Owl Davis. No.
Hey, owls already have big heads. I don't think we need to get this owl in even bigger head.
Who?
Owl.
Who?
Owls already have big heads.
Who? You fell for that. Because Owl said who. Anyways. Anyways, so Pete Carroll said, "Oh yeah, do who?" Well, no, I wasn't. Anyways, okay. So we get rid of him. We get rid of the special teams guy because that's the biggest move we're gonna do to show that we're trying to do things here the right way. But I just think
like it is. It's only that right there. See, we're making changes. But again, is it the right fucking change? Yes. This is the first year he's had a bad special teams. Yes. I'm not going to lie. Carlson has been missing kicks that are like automatic for him the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Is that coaching or is that morale?
And that's what everyone's trying to dissect. Is this coaching staff or parts of the coaching staff or whatever it is, are the players disagreeing with what the coaches are doing to where it's like, no, this ain't working and we're losing again. Everyone's trying to see if the team has been lost and the locker room has been lost. And thank you, Ed. And it's just, I don't know. But let me play this though. Nick and Kennedy. They kind of went, deep into all this. So I want to play this one right here too. This is my last video on the subject of this offense and this whatever. So there's still more videos, but this is my last one on this game. Here we go.
into the season with high expectations off of 12 personnel, 13 personnel.
Mm-hmm.
And there have been, I mean, as much as I played football, I never really used any of those types of schemes. I saw when I watched, teams like the Rams and, like the Buffalo Bills, I saw them use it to their advantage and be so fluid. And of course, they had better quarterback play than Raiders. But the point is that there are things I thought you can do with some of these weapons. And no, it wasn't going to happen overnight. I was trying to be as patient as possible, and I talked to you guys about that. I said, give me a month. Let me see if this team comes together. They've made no improvements. As a matter of fact, they've regressed. And it's disappointing because, look, the way these things sort of fall out is that I don't see Pete Carroll going anywhere for another year at least. And it's probably going to have to happen to Chip Kelly, and then you're going to have infighting from what, type of things that Q has talked about, but just hasn't taken off. And they need to be better. They need to be more efficient. They need to give their defense a chance if they're going to win any more games. This is so disappointing because I've never seen an offense struggle with some of the most simple and primary plays. You can't get a first down on a third down and short. You have trouble scoring from the 3-yard line when you got first down and goal. I mean, these things, they bug the hell out of me as an offensive line. There's going to be some major changes. And the first thing I hope they do is figure out this offensive line. Because they've got to piece this thing together. They've got to go out and commit to them. I've seen too many teams over this past weekend that committed to the offensive line, and they had better offensive play. The Raiders have to do it. It's long time needed.
Yep.
And you talk about decisions. I think one of the decisions early on Raider Nation had wanted, the Raiders organization to make was, and I hate to say it, but it has to be said. And you mentioned the O-line was Brendan Carroll no longer being, the coach of that O-line. And the O-line has struggled a lot, but he's Pete's son. Do you guys feel like that's a decision that may be made sometime during the season, or is that a decision that's made after the season? Because I agree with Link. I think Pete Carroll is here for another year, and I'm okay with giving him another season because it's going to take time to build up this team. But do you guys feel like his son might be fired before the end of the season, or do you think that's a decision that happens at the end of the season, Q?
I mean, I think it probably won't happen until after the season, but I think it's definitely something that needs to be, considered even during season. Look, they still have Joe Philbin on the coaching staff as an assistant there on the offensive line, and we know that, what he brings to the table and what he's done for a very long time on the offensive line. And this is the thing that I feel like Pete Carroll put himself in a very tough position. That's why, you don't really like to mix business with family, because it's tough to make those decisions. When he made the decision to put his son as the offensive line coach and his other son is the quarterback's coach or quarterback assistant, that's now all of a sudden, now there's the immediate where everyone's going to start pointing the finger. Oh, this guy's not getting it done. Oh, he only has a job because. And that's not fair to Brendan Carroll because he might be a hell of a coach, but obviously the offensive line is not where it is. So right now, from everyone, from myself and everyone else looking, oh yeah, he's not getting it done. He's not a very good offensive line coach. He's got to go. That puts Pete Carroll in a tough situation. So it has to be considered. There should be no decision that's not thought about and considered right now for the Raiders where they are. But at this stage of the game, you have to figure out what's best for the organization. Not what's best for you and your family, what's best for the organization. And if that happens to be moving on from Brendan Carroll, then you've got to do that. You've got to move on from your son.
I think Pete has a little bit of a longer leash than Chip
too.
Kelly. I think Chip Kelly, I think he has to be out by the end of the season. Not mid-season, because I think that would be drastic. I think that would be a lot of chaos. I think you give him until the end of the season, see if there's any improvements on the offense. But nonetheless, I think from what we've seen, I think he has to go. Just because he hasn't lived up to expectations. And that's just my opinion, because he's getting paid a lot of money. And then it's whose decision was it to hire Chip? Was it really Pete's decision? There were so many rumors going around on X saying that might have been a Tom Brady decision. And I don't know if you guys know.
But that goes back to the original point. Who's evaluating talent?
Yep.
Yeah.
Who's studying talent? Who's studying talent, whether it's coaches or players? That's what we're asking right now, because none of us knows. And it's not
the GM.
We're not inside that war room. We're not supposed to have access to corporate information in the sense like that. But when you're trying to figure out which way your team is going, who are you going to look to?
Right.
So I disagree with that on one thing, 100%. Pete Carroll ain't around for 1 year. Pete Carroll's going to finish that contract. That being said, the 3-year part of that contract, not necessarily the 4 years, Pete Carroll will be here for 2 more years before they go looking for a new head coach.
Mm-hmm.
You can quote me on that now.
Well, the one thing that every video that we played has a tie-in to, this is Tom Brady's guy. This was Tom Brady's guy.
Well, no. Speculation that this is Tom Brady's guy. The only guy on the team we know for a fact Tom Brady vouched for is Cam Miller.
Cam Miller. And all I'm saying is that because you said what did Chip Kelly, this in the beginning of the season when we hired him, because Pete Carroll had the 3 years, but it's like, okay, you got a coach in here. You have a coach in here that has a very short lifespan coaching for the Raiders. So he's supposed to build a coach to hand it off to the next guy to take it for a full generation. Okay, but they hired in Chip Kelly so that maybe he was the guy who's going to take the baton. I was like, it's going to be Patrick Graham, but I don't see Patrick Graham coming back next year. I feel like he's like, you know what? I came back for 1 more year, but after this, I should have left. I'm going to go somewhere else next year. Maybe he goes for another head coaching job. Maybe he goes for the New York job. He worked for them, the New York Giants job. He worked for them before he came to the Raiders. So we don't know. But Chip Kelly, you said, okay, maybe that's the plan, maybe. But now Chip Kelly is probably not gonna last his contract, $6 million contract. I think he was supposed to be 3 years too.
With you, it's starting to feel like, and I'll admit to being probably wrong on that one, but doesn't it kind of feel like Pete Carroll's guy to take over for him is his son?
Brennan?
Right? Hold on. Who's the two guys on the team that have the most leeway and are fucking, taking the biggest craps on the field?
Tied to the two most disappointing position groups. Quarterback and offensive line.
I mean, can you say I'm wrong?
I just think we need to bring Brady into this investigation.
The problem is the rules that are tying, and I know I've seen it in the chat and going, people forget the rules that are tying Brady's hands. First of all, as an announcer. Second of all, he is limited on what he could do with the team as a minority owner. He can't be as involved with the team as everybody's wanting him to be. That even these professionals who talk about it, he is limited on what he can do. So you want more out of him, we got to find a way, the Raider way, to either bend the rules or work, within to the, the rules and shit, because owners only have so much say on what happens with the team.
Tom Brady has to go in there and play quarterback, Deflategate. Okay. Tom Brady.
They're already trying to fucking do Spygate. Brady has an advantage as an announcer.
And that's what they said, Mike Florio. Oh, you think he went down there and tampered? Talk to these guys. Who's the next one coming up? I just think it falls back to Mark Davis is trying to step back. I need a guy who can be that football guy. I'm just a business guy. My dad was the football guy, but he's no longer around. I was inherited this. Tried it with McKenzie. Tried it with John Gruden. Tried it with because even though it was what's his name was GM, John Gruden was the main. I'm forgetting his name too. But tried it with John Gruden. Tried it with Ziegler and McDaniels, mostly McDaniels, because Ziegler kind of like let McDaniels veto him out, even though he had the higher position.
Yeah.
And now, with Telesco, who, as of right now, has the better draft class compared to the one we had this past year. And I say that because we've only seen Genty. We've seen Jack Besh in very, very limited time. Darian Porter, very, very limited time. Caleb Rogers will get his first chance to go out there in the field this Monday. Charles Grant will get his first chance to go out in the field.
I don't know that for a fact.
Yeah, maybe. Dante Thornton is the one that kept trying to force feed throughout the preseason and the beginning of the season. Hasn't panned out. Tonka Hemingway started kind of coming in. Don't really hear too much about him. JJ Pegues, inactive. Tommy Melo was cut. Cam Miller cut, re-signed on the practice squad. Cody Lindenberg, special teams guy, sparing time in the spares time with the linebackers.
Yeah,
in the actual
he's been in there here or there sparingly though.
So now you have Spytek, who knew Brady from Michigan and also from the Buccaneers when they won that Super Bowl in 2020. But it's not like this is, you know what, the one name you don't hear though is this was Spytek's guy. This was Spytek's guy. This was Spytek's guy. And then that kind of points to Miss Peggy, what she said.
No, I was just going to say it again. Because we know Spytek's in there just to be a yes man to either Brady or Pete Carroll. There's a reason why they got rid of Telesco. And we both on this show have said it was unfair and we should have kept him.
Yeah, and then you just look at what we did in the offseason, and we didn't do anything in the offseason. We just got Cap on offense.
Look at what we just fucking did. We put an offensive lineman on the IR.
Mm-hmm.
And who the fuck do you bring up? Another linebacker.
Pete Carroll's defense.
Okay, defense is great. But you need depth on that offensive line. You just lost a key player. You got your backup in, and we know Pete Carroll's been playing games with JPJ, but you got a backup / possible starter, however you want to go. And who do you got behind him? You lost 2 offensive linemen in one game within what? Fucking 5 plays of each other?
Yeah. Well,
so
actually, they never even told us that we didn't even know that Parham was gone until we saw I forget his name, the backup center, Putnam go in, and they were like, wait, Parham is not white. And then we saw JPJ, which we saw that in the CMN news. How he went, and he was still trying to hold on to his blocker, even though what's up, Vincent? Even though his ankle was rolled up badly. I know how that feels. So yeah, okay, we activated the rookies that you say they're not ready, Pete Carroll, but there was no one out there that you could have got in. I mean, I don't know who's out there when it comes to offensive line because you don't hear too much about what so-and-so, I mean, we heard that Asante Samuel went to the Steelers practice squad. That's the only thing we heard who was out there. And then we got Lockett.
I'm sure we have another guard or tackle on the goddamn practice squad. Why didn't he come up? You telling me the only thing we have on the practice squad is Cam Miller and all defense?
What's up, Puppet?
I mean, come on. As much as, I've been saying, we're not getting rid of Pete Carroll. We're not getting rid of Pete Carroll. Somebody needs to sit Pete Carroll down and ask him, what the fuck are you doing? And 2, say, hey, get this shit together. Because right now, you're an embarrassment and fucking hurting your legacy.
Do we need to do a cognitive test, Sodom?
We should have done that after week 3.
This is a door. This is a dog. This is a GOAT. He's passed.
I mean, I brought it up recently. Everyone was talking about with Gruden. You heard a lot. The game has passed him by. Well, fuck it. Maybe coaching has just finally passed Pete Carroll by. I know he's why, but don't be. His head is working right.
I feel like coaching is like coaching in the NFL is like your whole computer setup. Okay, technology goes like this. You have to be up on times with everything to know how to counter it, to know how to adapt it, to know how to do whatever. Okay. Pete Carroll took the year off. He said, I was able to look at things outside of being a coach. Like I could see everything abroad and kind of look at things. And he talked about watching his grandchildren play football. And he came back and he got recharged the batteries. They always say, recharge the batteries, and I'm back. But we're going back to 2015.
I see an awful lot too when I take peyote.
I don't know what that means.
Just saying.
Is that something I just turned 40? Is that something I'm going to eventually learn?
Peyote, that's the Native American version of shrooms.
Oh, I thought it was a pill that like helped you remember things. I don't know.
No, that's fish oil.
Fish oil and crossword puzzles. And a little bit of Price is Right, so you can learn how to add real quick. Thank you, Bob Barker. Make sure you spade and neuter your pets. Okay. Well, if we're wondering what's going to happen this Monday when it comes to the injuries of our two favorite players, Geno Smith and Dylan Parham, here's what Pete Carroll had to say about that.
Where's Geno health-wise?
He was out there today. He feels pretty good.
What about Parham?
He was out there today also. So, with the long week, we have a chance for both those guys to be ready to go.
Yay! Get your drinks ready. It's going to be a long Monday. And after the Thursday game, nationally televised, all the national news outlets, sports news outlets, whatever. Monday Night Football, it's going to be more exposure. Well, actually not really, because a lot of folks still have a YouTube TV and they're still fighting. So, but when it comes to the people who can afford all that, there's people who work for ESPN and all that, they're going to see. And it's going to be more stories if Geno Smith and this offense doesn't show up to the game, to this home game. So we're going to see. We're going against the Cowboys.
I can tell you this already. Geno's not going to show up.
He's going to show up, Kate.
He'll show up to the game, but on the field.
Wait. This is the Geno that we see. So Geno will show up. Now, if it's if this guy throws like 3 touchdowns and no interceptions, then that's not Geno Smith. That's somebody wearing a Geno Smith jersey to prove a point that Geno Smith is the guy. It's an imposter. But I still think Chip Kelly there's a fight between Chip Kelly and Pete Carroll. And Chip Kelly, I think, has some sabotageness to the play calling, because if Geno Smith can't move, if Geno Smith can't run, he doesn't run in general. But if all that, why are we still trying to pass the ball and not give the ball to the running back who doesn't show signs of getting stopped on the first hit? So that's why none of it makes sense. If you got a running back, I know he's a rookie. If you've got a running back that's looking good, he's taking guys with him and falling forward with that offensive line, most yards after contact running back. Why don't you just keep feeding him and open up that play action? Because nobody's falling for that play action if they know you're not going to run the ball. Okay, that is point blank. If us, nobody's, aside me and you, we just watch the game. We do know it. We do study it. But we don't get paid millions of dollars to call the plays. We don't get paid millions of dollars to defend the plays. but we spend, it feels like millions of dollars, and we see what's going on, and we criticize the plays because, hey, I'm a paying customer. I don't just pay with my money. I paid with my time. I paid with my sanity, and I paid with my liver. Okay. Raider Nation till I die. And that's the problem. Because they want to kill us all. All right, Asylum. Let's switch gears, okay?
Yeah, I'm done with Gino. I'm done with Pete Carroll.
But let's us, okay, we're gonna do offense, okay. I don't have an intro for this, but we're gonna just do what we can, okay. Do I have an intro? You know what? Let's do it. We have to do an intro. Do I have one up? I don't have one up. I don't have one up. I took it off. Whatever.
Have what?
Do I have one? No, I was gonna play Smarten Up, but I took it off because you're limited with StreamYard. So
why'd you take it off? We always use Smarten Up.
We started using it again. Okay, you know what? Let's do this. Asylum, play the how much people we have right now?
Play what?
We got 9 people. You want to play the shameless plug, or do you want to play the CMN again? I'll let you choose as I find the intro. I know what it's at. I just need to gotta buy time.
Everyone likes to see it, man. We can do the CMN. Well, we haven't done the shameless plug in a while either. We need to do the shameless plug.
Okay, we'll do the shameless plug, and then we'll talk about the cruise and stuff. So let's do that. Shameless plug, there you go.
Hello, everyone. I get to do the shameless plug too. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to The Cage Match Show on YouTube. And hit that bell like you want to hit Roger Goodell for messing up our favorite sport. And also, help me out by going to Dubby.gg. Put Cage Match in the discount code box and get 10% off your order. Get that energy like me doing all these segments. Back to the show.
All right, Asylum, let's go add to that shameless plug. Remember, you go to, what are we going to? Go to, okay, let me start over, okay. The Raiders Legends Cruise for a cause. We had the interview with Jeff Barnes and Anitha Barnes. They came on a few Wednesdays ago. They talked about this cruise. This cruise is happening now. It's the Raider Legends Cruise, not the Raider one that they try to copy, that the Raiders try to copy off of this one and try to make a whole, whatever, okay. They didn't do that. No Dubby, no Lovey, Arcadio. Raider Legends Cruise for a cause, May 15th to May 18th of the following year, 2026, next year. It's only in a few months of time because we're about to, we're almost halfway through November, okay? So this is only a few months away. Departs from Long Beach, sails to Ensenada, Mexico, raffles, auctions, contests, autographs, and photo opportunities with Raider greats. And right now you have Jeff Barnes, Kenny King, Frank Hawkins, and Jerry Robinson, Raider Legends. And they're trying to get more. Asylum, you take that over. How do we do that, Asylum?
By booking rooms. The more rooms that are booked through us, or even the other ways of doing it, but the more the more suites that are booked, that means they can turn around and bring in more Raider Legends.
Yes,
there's a percentage of every room that gets put towards bringing in another Raider Legend, and it might not even be a legend. It could be current players. Or
legends in the making,
or even players that more recent players. We'll use that word. More current players might not be playing anymore, but more current players. So there's a chance to bring on other players just by booking. And if you're not going to go, maybe you got a friend that wants to go. Maybe you got a friend who would love to do something like this. Share it with them. And remember, put Cage Match, one word, in the notes section when booking. If you call her, tell her you came from Cage Match.
Yeah, I had that too.
That way they know where you guys came from. Because there's other podcasts out there trying to help this out as well.
And wait, Asylum, if you are the first 20, what happens again?
The first 20 rooms booked. And remember, I just said there's other people out there, right? Doing this and promoting it as well. The first 20 people to secure a room will be put in a raffle to have a dinner, an exclusive dinner with one of the Raider legends.
Yes. That would be great. You know what? I wish we can do a dinner with Barrett Robbins. Yeah.
I wish
And
our
we're
band would have fallen through and shit. We could have started our freaking podcast career with Barrett Robbins.
Yeah, it's crazy. Almost. All right.
And
So
a
yeah,
hell
make
of a
sure you go there. Cage match for Dubby, W.GG, and cage match for that cruise. Help us out to help Raiders. Former Raiders, Raider legends, Raider Super Bowl legends. Not enough food.
What do you mean not enough food? On what?
For Barrett Robbins. That's rude. Okay, that's rude.
No, we didn't opt up something else.
Chum. Anyways, there's nothing special, but we want to try to reorganize the offense. So let's do this right here. Let's do a little smarten up. I want a little NFL music. Okay. All right, Asylum. We're not going to do something special. We're not going to, whatever. But here we go. This is the current offense right now. And us, as hopeful Raider fans, we're going to pretend like we are the coach that can make the changes on the offense. Now, Asylum, of course, let's start off with the offensive line first. Okay. As of right now, I know there's no names, but I'll name them off for everyone to see. Okay. You have on the left tackle side, that is Forsyth, which we believe has not played bad. It's just hard to play when you have the guy next to him, the revolving door, Dylan Parham, playing your left guard position. Jordan Meredith is playing center. You got Kappa right now because JPJ is injured, so we have to put Kappa in there because that's what they do at right guard. And then DJ Glaze at right tackle with Brock Bowers as your first tight end. You have Mayer on the left side off the ball. He is your second tight end. And then you got Lockett on the left, receiver 1. And you have DJ Glaze, receiver 2. And of course, you got the incumbent
DJ Glaze, receiver 2.
I'm sorry, DJ Glaze. Trey Tucker. I had Jordan out there too, okay? You had Trey Tucker at receiver 2. Thank you. And then you have, of course, Ashton Genty as your running back. So, Asylum, let's start off with the offensive line first, okay?
You have to.
Yes, because these are the guys that we got to make sure that the chain links are working to make sure that defenders can't pass.
But I wouldn't start
chain links. I know you wouldn't, but we have to because I'm an offensive lineman, so that's what we got to do, okay? Dagnabbit. So, if
I want to make a point, I want to start with another position, god damn it.
We will, okay? Now, if Dylan Parham can't go, this is what they do because this is what happened in the last game.
Let's not even go can't go. We both agree. He just needs to go.
He needs to go.
Go straight to the bench.
Only the bench?
Well, we might need a center. You never know. So,
Okay, so Asylum, then who would you put at the left guard? I know you're gonna probably agree. We need to get some young blood in there. Okay, we got to change draft pick. We need to see what they can do. So that is Caleb Rogers, right? I think Caleb Rogers is the guard. Caleb Rogers is the guard.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay, so Caleb Rogers, but we're gonna keep Forsyth, right?
No, put Glaze there instead.
Put DJ Glaze there instead. Okay, so let's do that then. Let's go and wait, who would you put for left tackle then? I'm sorry, right tackle.
The rookie.
Okay, so we got right tackle right here. Right tackle. We're gonna switch him over right here. Okay. Browse the rookie, which is he's in here. Charles Grant. Charles Grant would play would play right tackle, and you say we're going to play with DJ Glaze at the left guard position. So let's do that right here, okay? DJ Glaze, you're going to move inside. I believe you are more comfortable at guard anyways, but you did serviceable as tackle. And
last year,
last year you did good. Well, you're in a little sophomore slump. We haven't lost faith in you, but let's just see where else you can fit. Trying to put these pieces together. All right, Asylum, you're stuck at center because JPJ, even if you wanted to move him, JPJ's out. So JPJ's out for the rest of the season. We're going to go back to Steve Carroll.
But I don't think Meredith has, again, we will use the word serviceable.
Serviceable. So he stays there. He stays there. Let him learn. Let him learn. If we're already this far, just let him learn.
We're this far. We're into this science experiment. You ride it out.
All right. Our favorite right guard, Kappa, is currently in the right guard position.
Arm over there.
Okay, you're going to go sit over there. Go sit in the corner. So let's do the rookie then, right? Caleb Rogers.
The rookie, exactly.
The rookie. So right now, Asylum, your offensive line. Forsythe, now we're keeping Forsythe, right? Because he's not doing that.
I'm not fucking with. I'm one of those guys. If it ain't broke, don't fucking fix it. And Forsythe is coming. He's not a Colton Miller, but he's come in and played well enough to be able to stay there.
With all due respect, Colton Miller hasn't been a Colton Miller. And the best of it, the best ability, Asylum, we all know, is
availability.
And
of
for him
course,
getting extension,
we're starting to get a certain player who's starting to fall off of that train too.
Yes. Now we're gonna keep Brock because this is that 12th man. This is the 12th man. You know,
keep Brock in the game. You're fucking stupid if you take Brock out of a game.
Well, they apparently did it on Thursday. 1 catch, 31 yards. That's it. Off of 3 targets.
Well, but the other team took him out the game, not the coaching staff.
I disagree. The guy in the middle, because actually, let's start. We're going too far ahead. Excited. We're going too far ahead. Okay, because we're just tired of this. But I know we want to get to that position. But first, okay, you have your receivers. Jacoby Myers was no longer on the team. He got traded to the Jaguars. And before we got traded, we went and picked up Tyler Lockett. He's supposed to be Geno Smith's friend. But even Geno Smith don't know how to dial up his number because, I don't know. Can't see him. I don't know.
Force feeding him, too.
Okay, so Asylum, Tyler Lockett, 11 years in the league. Are we going to keep him here and learn this new Raider offense, or is he just a Band-Aid, or are we going to switch him out? Trey Tucker's on number 2. Do you put Trey Tucker on number 1?
Trey Tucker moved over to number 1.
Uh-huh.
Trey Lockett, in my opinion, is a 3 at best. But because of his familiarity with Geno, probably would get the number 2 spot.
Number 2 spot. All right. So we got Trey Tucker. He's your guy, the speedster, and he has the most touchdowns. I think what 4. Okay. Of course, the only way this is going to work is we got to make sure that our running back gets the ball. It's not his fault. I don't care if he's a rookie, but you know what? At least also, okay. At least also let Mostert get some plays too, okay? I'm not putting him in there forever. I'm just saying
you always have to spell your starter, right? I mean, there's a reason why teams have a 1-2 back.
Wrong one. Exactly.
You know, so yeah, you got to have Mostert as your relief guy, as your change of pace guy. And again, when used right, I think we've seen an Ashton Genty and a Mostert are a good 1-2 punch.
Yes. Now, Mostert, he had that one issue where he was trying to block the guy over here, you know, and then Geno Smith got sacked, you know, trying to do the up man thing. But we don't know what happened. You know, they had that little fight inside.
They can't block fucking the guy in front of them, so we'll give him a pass on that.
Yeah. You know, I mean, what else is new? Okay, the offensive line are doing, like you said. So we'll put back Ashton Genty. Now, of course, Asylum, we have the big one right here. I got this guy right here.
If I was coach, he'd be lucky to be on the fucking team right now.
Now, you have options, okay? You have options. You have Kenny Pickett, who we thought was going to go in there after he was hobbling around. You thought we had Kenny Pickett, but no, that wasn't the case.
He's going there because he was hobbling around, but he hobbled well enough that Pete Carroll thought he was okay to go back in.
And I know he's not active yet. But it's all about Team Ramrod, Solomon. Team Ramrod.
On a Monday night game, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the youngsters here. So Pickett, he's your emergency right now. Okay? So the choices are going to be for the rest of the season, Aiden O'Connell or Cam Miller. And I feel both of them deserve a shot. So this is kind of going to be shades of last year. But being it's a Monday night game against the Cowboys, you know, Aiden O'Connell's the guy you start in this game.
And you know, over here with how we've been for the last ever since he got drafted and how he looked in that first preseason those games, we've been saying, come on, man, give him a shot. Let him do what he can do. Stop playing.
And again, I'm sorry, but I know people want to ask why Aiden O'Connell. Because the 3 years he's been on the team, he has shown he can learn 6 different offenses and at least be able to do something with it. So you put Cam Miller as his back, and you put O'Connell in there. So maybe Cam Miller is the guy, right? He is your franchise quarterback. But on the team right now, who's the best guy to learn from on how to pick up an offense and how to pick it up quick?
Yeah. Aiden O'Connell. Not Cam Miller yet. You're not ready yet, son.
Well, no.
But we'll put you at third.
I think him as a backup to be able to learn. And we always say, you know, a rookie quarterback should sit for the first year, except for depending on how the team's doing, maybe the last few games. Right? I mean, it goes like that. But right now, letting him learn from Aiden O'Connell, who has had to learn quick, pick up, ask him questions, you know, all that shit. Let him learn from O'Connell.
Yes.
And I wish we had that damn stat up.
I'll have it on Friday.
I know what everyone's going to say. Aiden O'Connell ain't mobile. He can't move nowhere. He's a statue. Aiden O'Connell's game is not to run first. But Aiden O'Connell has proven, as long as he doesn't have a hurt knee, you know, remember, he hurt his knee and was still running, he can extend plays and he can run when needs be.
Yes.
He's just not fast, but that's okay. I don't need 4 or 5 yards out of my quarterback who decides he's going to go past that line of scrimmage.
Yeah. So this is how we would have our offensive setup right here. Let's just roll with it because the old way ain't working. Aiden O'Connell is your starting quarterback.
And again, the reason we're saying this, Aiden O'Connell's young, right? This is a youth movement, okay? The only old guy on the team, Tyler Lockett. Your next is fucking, what? Going to be possibly Meredith or Forsyth? So, you know, you got a little bit of experience there.
I'll say Forsyth and then Meredith.
Yeah, you're probably right. But you got Trey
5
Tucker,
years.
who's been in the NFL long enough,
yeah,
to have some experience. He's not going to be the veteran that, you know, people going, but that's what Lockett's for, right? He's there to be able to fucking teach. You got your running back who needs the all-important game time experience. Your 2 rookie offensive linemen who need the all-important game time experience. Meredith, who needs the game time experience at center. You got your youngsters, you know, you got Michael Myers a year ahead of Brock Bowers. You got Brock Bowers, who is arguably the best tight end in the game right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get them the experience. Let's see what they can do. I expect some mistakes to happen on the right side of that line. But why did we put them all on the right side of the line? Because it's not your quarterback's blind side, and he can see what's coming up. He can see it coming at him. If and when, because they are rookies. So if and when a mistake happens and somebody gets through a little quicker than they should have, at least it's coming to their face and not from their blind side. And they get lit up.
2 words, Brock Bowers.
What do you mean, please argue the Brock Bowers tape? That he's arguably the best tight end in the NFL?
That's why I said 2 words, Brock Bowers. And this is how
see his stats from last year. Did you not see when he's in the game how defenses have, using the word have, to game plan for him and him alone? That man gets a tight end gets double teamed or triple teamed. When he's used right, he does nothing but take over a game.
Yes. Now, okay. I have one more. I have another segment, and I know we're like, so
he isn't a blocker. That man almost twice won an offensive lineman's college award, but he's not a blocker. I don't know what you've been watching.
He's trying to make you a Silamine. That is our offensive thingy-majigger that we hope they do, but they're not going to do it anyways. All right, Asylum, I had this one, though. I wanted to play this one, okay? I wanted to play this one. I know we went over because we keep trying to figure out what this Raider offense and this Raider coaching staff and this Raider whatever. But this has been big news throughout social media, the riffraff that is between Max Crosby and Aqib Talib. I have it in here, right? Please tell me I have it in here.
You have it at the bottom.
No, I know, no, but I mean,
your Max Facts.
No, not Max Facts. It's the Max Facts. No, it's this one right here. I'll upload it right now. It's uploaded right now. It's uploaded right now. What are you doing? There it goes. Okay, we're gonna do a little Raider hater, okay?
Oh, Raider.
Little Raider hater, Asylum, because this has been. It came out yesterday. Max Crosby replied back to basically what Aqib Talib said about Max Crosby's defensive running stop and run block, whatever. So I would like you to play some Raider hater. So play that for me, please, Asylum.
Why you wanna play hate on me?
I believe this is Arcadio's favorite segment, just the music alone. That's why. Okay. Backstory. Well, I'll play the backstory, but backstory basically is that Aqib Talib was what they were talking about Micah Parsons' stats when he came over to the backers and the money he got, whatever. But that Micah Parsons is not really a run stopping guy. They didn't bring him to stop the run. They brought him to rush the passer. And somehow Max Crosby's name got thrown in the mix. And let's start off from the first chapter. Here it is, Aqib Talib on the arena, hosted by this guy right here, Skip Bayless.
They didn't pay Micah to take the run, take the game over when a team come out and run the ball 33 times and pass it 20 times. That's not on Micah to take that game over.
Okay, so you made him the highest paid non-quarterback in football annually.
Right.
And you say you don't need to tackle.
We didn't say there's no need to tackle, but I don't expect you to take the game over.
Aiden Hutchinson, Max Crosby.
They don't take the game over versus the run either.
Yes, they do. Have you seen Max Crosby?
Fucking the Raiders get toted off.
Max Crosby against the run. Where would
So teams don't run the ball against the Raiders.
Where would they
The
run
teams
it?
not
They
run the ball
watch
against the
run.
Raiders.
But I'm saying
Y'all moving the fucking bar again.
those great players make plays in games like this.
So do teams run the ball against the Raiders?
Doesn't matter. We're talking
They run the
about
ball every week against the Raiders.
Players.
And we don't hear Skip say shit.
Individual players.
We don't hear Skip say shit when teams come out and run for 150 against the runs. When teams come out and run for 150 against the Raiders, why Skip don't give us no spiel about Max Crosby?
We're not talking about the Raiders' defense.
He got
We're
the
talking
same
about
checks. He got the same check.
He's a dominant player, flat out.
So he don't dominate against the run. Teams go run the ball every week. They go tote the bitch on the Raiders.
Do me a favor. After this, go to YouTube and watch Max Crosby highlights.
I'm gonna do you a favor right now. I'm gonna see how many yards did the Raiders give up against the Jags rushing.
I'm talking about individual defensive ends.
Let's see.
It wasn't that.
Let's see what they did
yesterday. We put yesterday. You know,
the Jags had 150 rushing. What the fuck did Crosby do?
Look up Crosby.
Why we pay Crosby? He can't stop the run.
Look up Max's stats.
Fuck his stats. He ain't stopped the run.
Look
How do you know?
He ain't stopped the run.
How do you know?
Because
I know he ain't stopped the run because they had 150
yards.
They had
Y'all putting
150.
this on one person.
Carolina had 160. They had 150. Why we ain't talking about Crosby?
Okay, let me
Bullshit.
get. Listen.
That's moving the baseline. That's what we doing.
No, it is.
All right, Asylum. Aqib Talib said, Max Crosby don't stop the run. Y'all don't talk about that. Does that sound like shade? Does that sound like shade, or was that a legitimate?
That sounds like that man snatched one chain and now thinks that his opinion fucking matters. That he knows everything about his goddamn defense. Keep your ass back there trying to stop fucking receivers because you don't know a goddamn thing about stopping the fucking run.
Well,
because
Max Crosby. Oh, go ahead.
Well,
go ahead.
no, I'm gonna go. A stat that I know they were trying to throw out there and shit. Let's talk about how many tackles for losses, which is against a running back, right?
Anyone down on the scrimmage,
right? Well, but normally when you tackle somebody for a loss, it's a running back because sacks do count for it. But when it comes down to it,
it could be a receiver screen or a tight end screen that didn't make it past the line of scrimmage.
But we all know we're talking about the run. Let's look at those numbers when it comes down to it, because we know that majority of teams run on which side?
Away from him because he moves around.
Because why? Because he's back there affecting the fucking run game.
Yeah. And if it's not making the play, he's allowing somebody else to come in and make the play, like Tyree Wilson will clean up the mess that. Yeah.
That's what I'm running with right there. Anna's comment.
Yes. Well, Max Crosby on this show last night, he responded to that. So here's what Max Crosby had to say. It's basically everything you're saying, Asylum. So here's what Max Crosby had to say about him.
You can't get mad at somebody that's uneducated in the situation. It is what it is. He can sit there and say whatever, because I think, honestly, he started talking about, I think it was more in defense of Micah, the whole conversation. And everyone knows, me and Micah are boys, and we're a couple of the best defensive players in the world. Like, he was talking basically out of the argument started, because I'm not the person to take the clip and, okay, I'm going to just look at the clip and then just take that. No, I'm going to see what the fuck we're talking about. And they were basically, trying to disrespect Micah and say he doesn't stop the run. And then Talib was defending Micah by basically shitting on me, saying, well, Max doesn't either. And I'm like, come on, bro. I don't even have to defend myself. Go look up the numbers. Go look up the tape. Go watch me play a football game. Go watch the game I played on Thursday.
I love that Richie just started throwing stats out.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. And that's why I say he's uneducated, in that situation, because he's a corner. I'm not expecting him to go and do his full research and watch every play that Max Crosby plays, 1,000 snaps a year playing the run and defense. People know what I do against the run. And I don't even have to sit here and defend myself. You already know what it is. So we can have that conversation. I'll say this. The only thing that was disappointing about the whole fucking thing is the fact that, bro, and he might not even remember this, but when I was in college, I was at Eastern. The first time I ever worked out with an NFL player was Big Snacks Harrison. Everyone knows Snacks Harrison, one of the best nose tackles. He was the run-stopping king at that time in the league. I went back to Texas before my last year at Eastern, and I worked out with my boy, BT Jordan. And everyone knows BT Jordan. I just seen him. He's in Denver now. One of the best trainers on the planet. That was my first time, and I was one of his first NFL clients. I might have been his first NFL client. Like me and BT, that's why we're like this locked in, because that was back at Eastern when I was rocking with BT. I went with Snacks Harrison and BT to Aqib Talib's D1 gym. He owned the gym in Texas. I was with his family, his brother, his sister, they all worked for the D1 gym, and I was an Eastern boy. They didn't even know me at that level at that point, but I remember being there with his whole family, and they're like, bro, you're the white boy from Eastern, you're cold. And I was like, oh my God, they actually know who I am. And it was like so cool. I'm like, this is Aqib Talib. Like, I fuck with Aqib Talib. Like, he's a dog. But you know me, like, I pay attention to everything. So, like, I was more of a fan at that time. And so, like, looking forward at this situation and having him come and say that shit, like, he could have an opinion about whatever. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about. He could sit in the room with me right now and we could watch fucking film together if he thinks I don't stop the run. That's a whole nother discussion. The fact that you didn't even, like, do your research and, like, talk to me, like, bro, I know your whole family. Like, I know your bro. I know was
be
there.
An OG. If you're gonna be an OG, be an OG.
Yeah, I'm like, shit, we can really talk ball. If you want to talk ball, bro, go ask Steve Smith and fucking Tom Brady and all these guys. Bro, I'll sit there and talk ball and watch film. We could do that all day. But that was the only disappointing part. I didn't even care about that. The disappointing part was like, bro, I was in your gym, working at your spot and chilling with your whole family and cousins and sister, and they were cool as fuck. And they showed so much love. I showed a ton of love. And that was the only time I really spent time around his people, and they were all cool as hell. And then I'm like, damn, he's talking shit about me. I'm like, what the fuck did I do to Aqib Talib? I was like, the only time I talked to him was a great conversation. So, Aqib, if you are watching this, you could clip this shit right now. I would love to sit there and watch football. I'm not going to sit here and get sensitive and say, fuck, Aqib Talib, you were a fucking baller. I love watching you play. You played the right way. I know Raiders fans have their certain ways because you did some crazy shit, but I do crazy shit too. But if you want, you did some crazy shit, but I can't sit here and say I haven't done some crazy ass shit. I've done it myself. And that's why the Raiders fans love me too. So, like, it goes hand in hand. So if you want to sit down and talk ball, and you could literally come to my beautiful home. I got more space than I need. We could sit there and we could fucking watch fucking film, and we could sit there and I could show you why I'm the best run defender in the NFL.
So how was that him taking the approach he did with Aqib Talib, responding to that whole
I think there was a little bit of talking out of his ass there, giving Talib the props that he did, you know, and everything. Again, yes, he said it. He was referring to the whole Talib and Crabtree, you know, thing, you know, situations and everything. And again, you got to remember, Talib, you know, after he snatched a chain because he thought he was a big bad man, waited for Crabtree to take his helmet off to throw a fucking punch. And then when Crabtree threw the punch, whose helmet was still on? I mean, so when it comes down to it, we know who the bitch is.
You was at that game, weren't you?
Yeah, I was at that game.
I was at that game, and I missed. I heard everyone yelling because I was right at the beginning of the game. I was like, what's going on? I tried to look down the stairs, you know, because I was up in the concession area, and I saw, why is he in the end zone? Like, what's going on? And then I saw, oh, they're fighting.
I mean, I'll give Talib his props on the point of, you know, he wasn't mediocre. He had moments. He was a good, you know, DB. You know, he was able to make an NFL career and go. But talk about what you know.
Yeah,
defense,
stay in your lane.
You know, defense, yes. But what the fuck you know about stopping the run? When have you ever saw Talib up at the line trying to stop a running back? Only time Talib met a running back was because he got past the second fucking
the level.
Second level. Thank you. You know, and he had to. And if I remember correctly, he did a lot of side tackling when it came to running backs.
Ole. Well, Aqib did respond to that last night after. It was right after his show, right after Max Crosby's show. So here's that right here. This is the last video of this. So here's what Aqib Talib had to say, responding to Max Crosby, responding to Aqib Talib.
Do you remember when you brought up Max Crosby in the Week 9? You talked about his poor pass rush with the Jags.
I didn't though.
I
just made a point. I made a point that say when the Raiders give up 150 yards, Skip don't come in and say Max Crosby disappeared or he didn't do nothing.
Well, you know who saw that? Max. Let's see what he had to say. Because
You can't get mad at somebody that's uneducated in the situation.
The Jags had 150 rushing. What the f*** did
Oh,
Crosby
he
ain't watched the show. He
Come on,
just
bro. I don't even have to defend myself. Go look up the numbers. Go look up the tape. Go watch me play a football game. Go watch the game I played on Thursday. The only thing that was disappointing about the whole fucking thing is the fact that, bro, and he might not even remember this. The first time I ever worked out with an NFL player was Big Snacks Harrison. Everyone knows Snacks Harrison, one of the best nose tackles. He was the run-stopping king at that time in the league. I went with Snacks Harrison and BT to Aqib Talib's D1 gym. He owned the gym in Texas. But I remember being there with his whole family, and they're like, bro, you're the white boy from Eastern, you're cold. And I was like, oh my God, they actually know who I am. I fuck with Aqib Talib. Like, he's a dog. And so, like, looking forward at this situation and having him come and say that shit, like, he could have an opinion about whatever. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about. He could sit in the room with me right now, and we could watch fucking film together if he thinks I don't stop the run.
All right, so I didn't say you ain't stopped the run. Make sure we put this on. I didn't say you ain't stopped the run. I was making a point that when your team gives up 150, Skip don't say you didn't stop the run because it's not all on you. You do a great fucking job stopping the run. See, you watch clips and then you say some out of line shit because you watching clips and you ain't watched the full show. You feel me? I do fuck with you. I know you can stop the run. I fuck with Parsons, and it's the same when the Packers give up 150 rushing, that's not all on Parsons. When the Raiders give up 150 rushing, that's not all on you. That was my whole point. I was making a point. You know what I'm saying? The producers, they gonna make the clips. I don't give a shit. I fuck with you, fam. Just know that.
So wait, you're saying it's my fault?
It was
all my
fault. Skip got the pot.
It's all me. It's always my fault.
I was making a point to Skip.
I did it.
I
Blame
was making
me.
a point to
Blame
Skip.
me.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it came across like I'm saying he can't stop the run because how they clipped it. You feel me?
I think you did say, you're like, is Max Crosby a good pass rusher? And we said, yeah. He said, then look at this.
We
and you
kept
compared
saying
it.
it's not Micah versus.
That was the point.
We said repeatedly, it's not Micah versus
Nah.
Max. We're not saying who's better or who can do what. We was just making a point.
So watch your tone, Max. You feel me? Okay. That was a little uneducated and all that shit. I don't really play like that. Watch your tone, fam. I fuck with you. We showed you love when you came to the spot. We always gonna show you love because we fuck with you. My point was, if the Raiders give up 150, we don't come and say, where the fuck is Crosby? He make 100 and plus million, and he supposed to be able to stop the run himself because it don't work like that.
Is Max Crosby a physical football player?
Hell yes.
Hell yes.
Hell yeah.
Against the pass and the run, right?
Agreed.
When he rushes and when he stops run, I see him just dominate the line of scrimmage.
And I never said he don't do that. I said when the team rushes for 150 against the Raiders, do we come bash Max Crosby?
Okay.
That was my whole point.
Okay. Why?
What you said.
All right.
Rerun that goddamn beautiful bean footage because that's not what he said. When Max's name came up, he tried to, he kept saying the Raiders. Do teams run against the Raiders? Do teams run against the Raiders? Do teams run against the Raiders? But the one thing he didn't say is what I said. Do they run to Max's side?
Yeah.
And the reason they move him around is because it's easy to double and triple team a guy, but he's always on the same side. But when he's moving around, then now you got people, now we got to go this way. Our plan was to go this way. Now we can't. We got to go this way. And yes, we have given up some big plays in the running game. But the one guy who has not given up a lot, and again, let's go back for those tackles for losses.
Mm-hmm.
And I guarantee 90% of those are against the fucking running back. It's Max Crosby's side and getting there and stopping a play and blowing it up. A lot of those fourth downs that we get is because Max Crosby was in on that fucking play.
Yes. it was just fun to see how he. No. Peep game. The stuttering tells you, oh man, but hey, watch your tone. Watch your tone. I still gotta act hard. Watch your tone. So that was Raider hater right there. I think Max Crosby kind of put that to rest because he backpedaled and then he even tweeted, and the tweet was even much nicer than that than him on camera. Because on camera he had to like show it because everyone watches more on YouTube than they do on Twitter. So watch your tone, though, Max Crosby. He didn't say it on the tweet. But anyways, let's do one more thing and then we'll close it out because we got to talk about our league asylum. Here it is.
Under protest.
Royal Fumble. Here we go. All right, Asylum, this is the Royal Fumble. That intro is brought to you by Arcadio. He said, hey, I got something for you. I put it together. So shouts out to Arcadio. He made that intro for the show. We appreciate that because he's also a big supporter. He also did the music for the intro that you hear at the beginning of every episode of The Cage Match. All right, Asylum, let's do this. Let's do this, right? Let's do this. We got to do it because this is the Royal Fumble League. And in my opinion, this is the most competitive league that I've seen or that I've been in the 10 plus years I've done playing fantasy football. All right, let's go through the scores.
And
Number
Arcadio,
one.
You know I should have fucking won that game.
First of all, Pig's Pig, he killed me. He slaughtered me.
He destroyed you. God damn.
I was like Geno Smith. I was there, but I didn't show up. It was bad. 162 to 81.
You were there?
I thought it was.
100 points.
CTE is not real. So I don't know, man. I thought I was there. And then the game you're talking about, I'm going down fast. Anna says that's what I'm saying. This league has been very competitive. Bang, bang in the Arcadio gang. 116 to Asylum 110. He ends Asylum's winning streak. He takes that win. This one right here was a close one until Saquon Barkley in a Monday night game got a few more yards and pushed Edward. I just learned to foosball over Holy Roller. I'm sorry, babe. Jessica. Edward got 95 to Jessica's 92. You got mad TDs. Has been this is the interim coach.
Right
Angel.
now, people need to be watching about him because he's jumping up there. He's not standing all of a sudden.
He got 2 straight wins after that. When he because when they come in, they got to figure it out. Then after that, he started coming up.
Yes, it was, KDO. Yes, it was.
He beats Anna's angry team 151 to 122. And this one right here, I'm very proud of her, my sister. Raiders Stitch. He made some last minute changes, and she was like, oh man, her bench went off.
Didn't she have some help with the trade?
No. Her bench went off. And what saved her was the ineffectiveness of A.J. Brown. I had A.J. Brown. She had A.J. Brown. Now he's with Jeff Mean Machine. And my sister prevailed at the end of the game, talking about nail biter, Arcadio. 113 to 111. The close game down to the wire. My sister got her fourth victory in that game. So let's look at upcoming right now. Here we go. Asylum and Anna. It is, as of right now, I did this morning, 51% to Asylum. Anna to 49%. Asylum has the slight percentage edge right now until everyone rearranges.
No, I'm playing Edward.
I'm sorry. It's the helmets. It throws me off. You got Edward. Okay, thank God, because Edward right now, I'll show the standings, and my prediction as of right now looks like it's going to come true. I don't like it. So you have Edward, 51% to Asylum. Edward, I just learned to foosball, 49%. I got mad TDs, 56%. to Jessica, Holy Roller, babe, come on. 44%. Need you to beat him. I need you to beat him because he could come up out of nowhere. Interim coach, he could be the next Pasaccia coming over and winning the playoff game because, again, close to the end of the season. Raider Savage goes against Bang Bang Arcadio Gang. This is Sinitis Bowl 3 because we play in the other league. I'm trying to go for the trifecta. I'm trying to go for the hat trick. I'm trying to go for 3 burritos in one season. I am 2-0, and I go against Arcadio. Those percentages don't look right now. But if the burrito gods are with me, the Sinitis gods are with me, I will prevail 3 in a row. 3 in a row. And will I get Arcadio? Would I get the? No, that's a championship trophy because he beat me in the championship last year, going into the championship. So no, that's untouchable. With the burritos, I'll take 20% me, Arcadio 72, but we'll see because any given Thursday, Sunday, Monday. Raider Stitch, my sister, 44% goes against Pigs Pig. Pigs Pig has been coming back, and he used me as a springboard for that score he took. He's up there trying to get to the playoffs. 58% to him. Oh, sorry, 56% to him. 44% to my sister. And then right here, Mean Machine, 78%. Jeff goes against Anna, 22%. I'm telling you, Asylum, this league has been very, very competitive, especially this late into the season. And I'm going to show you right here.
And I'm going to say, you're fucking welcome, because me dethroning Pigs Pig like I did has made this league as interesting as it is.
Oh, wait, no, I want to do this. I wanted to do this. No, I like this one better. No, I like I don't know where it's at. Can you guys see that? No, I got to zoom it in.
You got to zoom in a little bit.
Stupid thing. Okay.
One more.
Really? One more for us? Yeah, I can do one more. If I can find my mouse. Okay, one more. All right.
That's good. That's good.
Okay, now let's look at this right here. Oops. I'm telling you right now, okay, I just learned to foosball and 999 gainer. Bang bang Niner gang. Hold on. I think number 3.
Pig.
Sorry, I was trying to
solid. But the last 3 spots for the playoffs are kind of wide open right now.
Well, look at my and it says I need to do some serious changes. See, look at my thing, and I saw it last week or 2 weeks ago. I said, watch it, the 2 Niner fans. These are my friends. These are our friends. Watch the 2 Niner fans go to the championship game, and it's going to be guaranteed that one of them, a Niner fan, is going to win a Raider podcast belt. But Edward got the number 1 seed right now, 7-3 by himself. Like you said, Bang Bang Niner game and Pigs Pig 6-4. Anna, Mean Machine, and myself 5-5, sitting on 500. And then the next 4, you got Mad TDs, Asylum, Raider Stitch, and Holy Roller at 4 and 6. But like I said, like we say, it's not over yet. Anybody got a chance.
Not over. There's still chances here. Now it's getting harder, and odds are getting longer because of where we're at and where the playoffs start.
Yes.
So now wins are starting to matter. Get those, like I said, the last 3 playoff spots. The number 2 and 3 have some shit to worry about because they're not necessarily safe.
No one's safe.
But the last 3 though, I mean, all it takes is 2 weeks. This could be a completely different, playoff potential.
Playoffs matter. Last 3 weeks of the season. You know what? I might not be going to playoffs. Well, let's see.
I thought it started in week 15.
Let's see the league schedule. Going down. What is this? Week 11, week 12. What am I looking at? Oh no, that's it. Hold on. It's so zoomed in.
It should go to playoffs or something like that.
Playoffs. League. Scoreboard. Standings. Let's go scoreboard. Okay, week 11. Yeah, 11, 12, 13. And then we got the playoffs. So
the playoffs start in week 14?
14, 15. Yeah, because there's a bye week for the top seeds. And
oh, shit.
Where's
all
that?
right, so I better get on that winning streak, and whoever's ahead of me, I'm hoping for all losses. 3 week slide. I'm not even going to lie. I'm rooting against you guys. 100%.
Yes. No, not now, but I gotta change my microphone wire. I was trying to find. I don't know how to use this stupid thing, but I was trying to find the playoffs. Do you see playoffs on here? I don't see playoffs in here.
I know I can pull it up on my phone. You want me to do that way?
I had to do it last time, but I don't know. Nah, it is what it is. You guys know. That is your fantasy football update. And we are overtime, so let's get ready to wrap this up. All right, Asylum. Let's go. Hold on. Let's turn off this music. Because I probably won't even win either, okay? I probably should start saying the belt goodbye, and just figure out who's it going to go to. Belt, I don't take it out, and it's in the box still. I took it out for to look at it, and then that's it. I put it in the box, and I want, whatever, no fingerprints. But, yeah.
All right, you fucking be walking around the house wearing the damn thing.
I got my own belt, okay? All right, Asylum. Let's close it out. Any last anything? We got our Friday show to talk about this Monday night game.
No, I mean, it's just what we talked about. We're going to be making, we need to make changes. We need to see what's going on. Let's be smart and see what we got so we can evaluate for next year. Why wait till the end of the season when you can start evaluating now? Game time experience and game time footage is more valuable right now than anything else.
Yeah, basically, okay, stop trying to prove a point, Pete Carroll, okay? The Geno Smith project is over, okay? It's over. It's done. Let's look at what we got. The rest of our draft class, we got all these picks for this past year's draft, and we haven't used any of them. So let's see what they got in real time, in real games, real life situations.
It's just going to help us in the draft.
Yes. So there are many different ways to tank without saying you're tanking, okay? And that is to play young guys. I'm just joking. All right, Asylum. We'll come back on Friday and we'll break down this Bronco. We'll break down this Monday night game against the Cowboys. And you know how we do it, go from there. All right. We want to thank everybody for watching our show. Everyone in the comments, we appreciate you. And all the nice things that was said by Ed and Owl. We appreciate you guys. Come back on Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Asylum time, which is South Central. And 7 Eastern. There you go. 7 Eastern. Wherever you are, we'll be there. Wherever you are, we'll be. Yeah. Okay. If you like the show, like, share, subscribe, and help us out because we do all this to be different. And anyways, I got nothing else. All right. See you guys Friday. Take care. Have a good night. And go Raiders until then. Peace out. Oh, and we end every show like we always do. But we're from Raider Milt, aka Coach Wallace. My sister knows him. Arcadia knows him. We all went to school with him. He was our teacher and my football coach. All right. Keep his memory alive. It's what we do. Take care and peace out.
All you other NFL teams, your tailgates are weak. Your teams are weak. We might be down right now, but it doesn't take away the history. And all you Raiders out there need to know your fucking history of who the fuck you playing for and where the fuck you're playing. Damn it. Oh, and by the way, I won my last cage fight again. I'm still undefeated. And you NFL motherfuckers out there that you think you want some, come on and get some anytime.